Good morning, everybody. Good evening. Hope everybody's doing good. We're kickstarting here our governance call number 15. So joining me today is my co-founder Lucio. Hey, Lucio, how you doing, man? Can you hear us?
All good, man.
Perfect, perfect. So lots of things happening this last, this month actually, right? So lots to discuss, exciting things happening, and more important, it's it's Q1 is underway. It's almost wrapping up. March is right around the corner over this weekend. Hey Rose, hey Pieces, nice to see you here. Thank you very much for joining. For those of you that are is the first time doing our governance call, so my name is Claudio. I'm co-founder of Meta Pool. So we were the first liquid staking solution on near more than 4 years ago, or close to 4 years ago. We've been on mainnet since 2021, and yeah, really excited for how the protocol has evolved, how the community has evolved. And this is our governor's call number 15, where we discuss everything related to Metapool, where we're heading, latest updates, and more importantly, just a space for everybody to be heard so we can hear your voices. There's going to be an FAQ if you want, or an AMA. And yeah, Lucio, you'd like to introduce yourself?
Yes, sorry I'm not presentable today. I gotta travel tomorrow. I'm not at home, so it's gonna be just an L and an M for me. I'm the co-founder of Meta Pool. Claudio said most everything. Been in on-chain on mainnet for more than 4 years. We are like really veterans of the space. And I'm the technical side. I'm the technical side of this co-founding team. And we have been building since the beginning and building. This is something that we will be talking in the call, trying to follow an ideal that is to really build a DAO. uh, I think we have as a north star to really uh, embody the idea of a DAO. Let's say to the idea of Web3, where everybody is the owner of its own, let's say, value. You can accrue what you have, and it's only belong to you. That is what I see is the promise of Web3, and with the promise, there's a new way of organizing people. That is the DAO, and it's not easy. It's something that you need to nurture, and I think we are trying to do that.
Yeah, most definitely. So yeah, let's start sharing the screen, Francisco, so we can get this up and running. And first of all, a very big thank you to all our development team, our core team members, marketing team members. Um, of course, you have Chema, you have Kun, you have Daniel, you have Gustavo, you have Augusto, you have Rodrigo, you have Alan, you have Sekairos, you have Bairo, you have Franzo, Pablo, always under control, Francisco, always handling here all the governance, Cibeles, you have Marcela leading marketing, Brian, Tiago. Um, there's a lot of people that are involved in our day-to-day operations. And I want to give a shout out also to Rose, who's handling all of the stuff on our Discord. PCs, our ambassadors, right? Jam out there, Max One as well, and a few others. Sorry if I missed any team members or community members as well. But more importantly for me is um, what's the next step, right? We're heading into 2025. It's been a very crazy 2025. There's been a lot of FUD. Lucio, you'll have to mute your mic.
Sorry.
Um, and I believe that there's a lot of uncertainty on the space, and I want to just make it really clear. Metapool improvement proposal number 14 wasn't intended to create more uncertainty. It was something that was done in order to for the Meta Pool DAO to have one of its core assets be at the forefront on growth, which at the end of the day, it has improved, but we believe, and the proposal was came from one of our core members, and I believe that it's important also to just start to explore, and like Lucio said, right? Like nothing has been set in stone, and more importantly, nothing is. Yes, just go to the next slide, Francisco, so we can. Oh, sorry, I'll go to the next slide. So before we go, agenda. So we got MPIP 14, which is something that I kind of briefly discussed right now. We have story protocol, story blockchain launch that we did, and of course the professional node operator program. I think these are some of the core things we want to discuss, but we want to leave enough time for people to also ask questions. I know that there's been a lot of discussions, and more importantly, some exchanges of how they see the DAO growing. And this, even though for many people you will see like this is a conflict of us versus them, in the DAO it's only us. I really want to put that front and center, right? And when we want our MPDAO token to accrue more value, that's also putting users front and center, right? I know there were a lot of comments like you're locking us up and whatnot. We'll go into that later, but I just want to be very upfront about this. Everybody is under 300, 150, 200 days, 120-day lockups. So it's not something that was done in order to dump on the community or anything. So just want to put it out there. So I'll go into governance, MPIP 14. So it got rejected. So I think that's very healthy. It demonstrates that there's a conversation, and sometimes there's conflict. But I think the most important part about conflict is that it's because it matters to everybody, right? And so I think that's something that for us it was really important. Liquidity stagnation, that's something that, yes, there's not trading volume on our governance token, right? When we set out to launch the new governance, I think the goal was for it to have more more volume, more transaction volume. We open it up. We did dual governance on Ethereum because we thought that deepest liquidity might be something worth the effort. And and yes, it kind of worked. Reality is, it just it just wasn't. It didn't deliver as expected. So MPIP 14 was an opportunity for us as an ecosystem, as a community, to say, hey, we're gonna, for 3 months, right? We're gonna, instead of receiving liquid ST we will receive MPDAO locked, right? And I believe, and at least from the discussions we had with the people and the community, I think there was a back and forth. People thought that this was something that was imposed on everybody. I want to be very crystal clear here that there was a process that we executed, uh, and we communicated this to the community, right? There's no, we're not going to have processes where you go into a forum and you post it and then kind of have all those discussions there, because there's censorship there. And we do not want to censor anybody. So that's why the conversations are on chain. So maybe this is something we need to work better with our ambassadors and with our community in stating it, that when somebody makes a proposal, it doesn't mean that it's going to get done, right? It means that it's to be discussed, and we gave it a good amount of time for it to be discussed and then voted on. And I think this is And this is where it's very important. It's not us versus them, right? This was a community member that, yes, we are supporting, because we are supporting all of you. Whenever you make a proposal, we're going to support you. That's part of what we do. Now, are we going to, one important thing is, yes, we will support you. This will not mean that we will vote for you. That's up to each and every one's a criteria to make that decision. Okay, just want to be crystal clear about that. Now, people were making statements about pumps and dumps and whatnot. Like, like I said before, our tokens are also locked, and more importantly, and this is the and this is raises a question, right? So if you do not want to receive MPDAO, which if you're part of our governance, it is valuable, and you only want to receive liquid near, which you're going to be selling, then it puts kind of like this discussion up front, right? Okay, so do you really want to participate in governance, or do you feel that like you've done enough, and now it's time to get that paycheck every month? And to be totally transparent, this system that we have in place, vote to earn, it is not meant to be a paycheck every third of the month. We need to work towards accruing value to the protocol. We felt that this was a system that incentivized that, and this is where there's going to be where we're going to make some very important introspections about where we're heading. Because if people are not willing to receive MPDAO, and maybe, yes, the lockups were a little bit too much, it's 300 days, hey, it's too much, and but at the end of the day, it will not represent your whole allocation of MPDAO, because what you're getting paid for was going to be, I don't know, it depended on how much voting power you were using. And so, yes, for those that receive large payouts, yes, it was going to be a large one. But then again, that was an MPDAO that would have been at a better, with more trading volume behind it. So anyhow, that's good, right? Now, next steps, right? Well, I'll stop right there. Lucio, you wanna add something here?
No, just I agree with you that is the idea is to discuss, and when people are really interested, then people start participating. I think this was one of the most um, one of the MPs where the most people participated, and they were everybody was vehement about what their opinion was, and it was a close voting. So I'm really happy with the process. And the good part about this is that most of the people that voted yes or no did that with some comments. So I'm seeing in the future that we will have some, let's say, an improved proposal in order to try to reach the objective that is what I was supporting, and I think Claudio too. That is to we need to evolve, we need to move, we need to act in order to continue growing. And this goes with what Claudio was saying. The protocol needs to be growing. We cannot be just spending or paying every third of a month everyone if the TBL is not growing. Because if the TBL is not growing, we are slowly decaying. So this is for everybody. We need to find ways to increase the TBL. One way is to, or any way that we might find, it will require expenses. So start thinking about how do we use part of the protocol fees in order to grow the TBL. That is an existential thing. Either we do that, or we slowly will be decaying, and there will be no more meta pool at some point. So uh, think about it. Let's try to find maybe a better proposal, maybe an adjusted proposal, whatever is needed. But we cannot stay on the same place, and you cannot do that in any situation in your life, but way less in crypto. In crypto, everything changes. Everything is moving really, really, really fast. So either you adapt or you die. I want you to everybody. I want everybody that is a MPDAO owner, that is owner of this DAO, to take that into consideration. We need to grow.
Yeah, and so I understand, Abraham, that you didn't understand the proposal, right? But then you need to let us know what you don't understand, right? It's like, I don't understand what uh the value of MPDAO being locked, right? It's 300 days. It's not a year. So yeah, so we're missing 2 months. Um, like I said, yes, it's at the end of the day, it's important for the community to also let us know what's not clear, right? Um, and
But
this is
this is important.
already had
There
to
are,
say.
yeah, to be honest, uh, listening and seeing what people vote made me change my approach to this. So whatever what was proposed, it was not written on a stone. So let's talk about it and let's find a way. And Abraham, yes, I don't know if I put it in some of the comments, but the idea is that this buyback will create let's say an upward trajectory for the MPDAO price. That is clear because we have low volume and low liquidity. So it was meant to create this upward trajectory. What is good about that is that you attract more attention, and if you attract more attention within the Web3 space, then you get more stake. So the final idea is always the same. We need to grow the TBL. In order to grow the TBL, we need to gather attention. In order to gather attention, we can do crazy stuff like meme coins, but maybe we are not in the position to launch a meme coin. We're trying to help. We're trying to collaborate with the space, or we need to do something that results in a lot of eyes getting into Meta Pool. So growing let's say having 3 months where the price is going straight up, I think it was a good idea in order to attract attention. And since everybody that is here and that is voting owns a ton of MPDAO, that was also good for everybody. But maybe 300 days was too much. That's a good point. That's a very good point. Maybe a better proposal will be, I don't know, 150 days or 120, something. So we are open. Just speak. Or you can make the proposal. This proposal was from BDAF. It wasn't from us. We supported it because what I have said recently, that is, we need to attract attention, but we are open to improve it or to find something else, but we need to grow.
Yeah, exactly. So like I said, nothing is written in stone, right? It is on chain, which is good, right? That means that it's immutable. But at the end of the day, that's part of it, right? That's how. Maybe yes, maybe we're a little bit naive in like this on chain and DAO structure, right? But like I said, we're builders and we want to build, right? And we want to go through that process, and sometimes that process is messy, right? I remember this great book by is the messy middle. It's called. I'll post it there in the link notes. Really good book, right? It's about building products, and it's always a messy process, right? Um, now, like I said, and I've always stated, it's pinned in my X profile, right? It's like core values of Meta Pool DAO is users front and center. At the end of the day, if people do not see value of holding MP DAO, then there's a real underlying problem there that we need to address, right? Because we're telling the community, hey, you're gonna get MP DAO. Yes, it's gonna be locked. Maybe 300 days. Yes, for sure, Avram. That was way too much. Okay, perfect. Right? Let's review. Right? But we're doing this in for the long term, and this is very important, right? And this is something that I told the team. Okay, so what's your time horizon? If your time horizon is just a week or a month, and I understand that in crypto, that's the way it is, we're building for 10 years here. We demonstrated right now that we're able to build for 5 years because that's how long we have been building. Yes, we have been on mainnet for 4, but we've been building here for, yeah, for sure. It could be the thing with 30. Then it's like we start. It needs to be in the middle ground, right? Because we wanted to accrue most value, being locked, right? Which is the emissions. Hold on a second, right? This is very important, and now I'm going to get um, into something very specific here. So, what you're getting paid for right now, and this is very important. And this is maybe I put. I'm going to take 2 steps back. This is protocol fees being distributed. You're earning. You're not getting paid. This is very important. You're earning them, right? And I think this is where there was some miscommunications and also expectation wise, right? Because people were like claiming, "Hey, you're taking away our our tokens," right? I'm like, "No, they're not your tokens. They're the DAO's tokens." And to be honest, like the core team decided to put in like the protocol fees from the enterprise node operator program into the DAO, right? That was not voted, right? That was something we said, hey, like this is something we want to do for the community, right? Because we want to help it grow because we're putting you front and center. Now, very important moving forward, we do need to realize where are our growth levers, right? We understand that getting the vote in our program is good. You still want to get liquid, but well, yeah, nobody knows, Abraham, to be honest, right? Like if there was already a playbook, somebody would have already done it, right? And so that's why we're experimenting here. An important part here is that yes, there's distribution of protocol fees happening every third of the month. We understand that that's a something that the community wants to retain. Perfect. Now, the question from the DAO to its community members is what is the value that you're bringing to the DAO, right? And I think we were very naive here. We thought, okay, well, if people get vote to earn, most likely they will understand the kind of like the growth lever, which is if you bring more stake, you're going to get paid more. If you bring more of your friends or your community members to come and stake, you will earn more. But that didn't happen. So now the question is, okay, back to the community members. What's the value you're bringing to the DAO? Because yes, you're voting, that's fine. But I think we were naive in the sense that it's too easy. If you go to other DAOs, it's a little bit more, they make it, they have a more thought out process, right? Of, okay, the member does this is the value that it's accruing to the protocol. And of course, this is what you're earning, right? And I think we made it very, very kind of easy going, right? Is that going to change? No. Right now, it stays as it is. For future value that the core team is going to bring into the protocol, that will have to be through another system that we're going to be experimenting, right? I want to be crystal clear about this. We're not changing anything right now as is. There's going to be new proposals, right? Um, but what's going to happen on March 3rd is that we're going to do a snapshot and we're going to start to put out this monthly report, right? Same as the dashboard where people see where they vote into how much stake does people bring in, right? How much of the MP DAO are you holding right now, which can be seen, right? It's all on chain. But then it's like, is this something that you do on a kind of regular basis in order for the protocol to be more valuable, right? And for contributions to happen on a much kind of broader terms here, right? So we will be sharing all of this, right? Um, we'll make a Twitter article, an X article, and then we can. It's not going to be an MPIP because at the end of the day, it's just putting more information in the hands of the community so you can make better decisions, or more so than anything, an informed decision, right? And so there's clarity onto, okay, the value that each member is bringing, right? And then start to have open discussions on, okay, look, hey, this is the TVL that the community has brought, which we already have. We've been working with the referral code program with a couple of our ambassadors. We need to open that up, that's for sure, right? And so allowing folks, for example, someone was saying, well, you're taking, one of the comments that was really like, it got me thinking, right? Look, you're extracting all of the value that I'm generating. And I'm like, okay, that's a good question, right? Yeah. Well, let's do the following, right? Like on the protocol fees that are being charged for for the stake that you bring in, I think that's the point where the value for you should accrue, either through the referral codes, because people are you're bringing people in, and the stake that you brought in, maybe the 10%, we can switch it like 65-35, right? Which is what we're doing right now. So instead of us charging you 10%, we're going to charge you 3.5%, because you're a community member that hasn't paid out and you're bringing stake, some sort of thing like that, right? And so I think that those conversations are really important to have, and for us is understand how we're going to be growing for the next 10 years. So hey Dab, nice to see you here, mate. So MPIP 14 rejected. That's like I said. Some community members said, "Hey, well, like I think there was a point in time where it was a yes." He said, "Well, okay, you guys won." I'm like, "No, we didn't win. This is not about us versus them. This is about everybody having a say, because you haven't beat out, you have voting power, right? And more importantly, just understand how we're going to be moving forward, and how each and every one of us is contributing to that growth, right? I'm not going to take a lot of time here. I think I've done enough spieling, but like I said, we're happy with the result, and more importantly, it has given us the right momentum to start to have these conversations more on a regular basis. Lucio, we want to wrap this up. MPIP 14, last thoughts?
No, man, perfect. You said everything that has to be said. Let's move forward.
Okay, perfect. Let's fucking go. So, something really exciting, right? And I think this is something that we've been looking for way too long, right? So we finally launched on Story Protocol. We're the only L1 on this 5 blockchains, right? So really excited about that. Yes, I understand. Maybe things were not really going out for ICP. Solana wasn't that great, right? It was a little bit of the restaking, but it's still going good. Don't get me wrong, right? We have a couple of hundred thousands of dollars on TVL there, but Story just fucking blew us away. Just mind-boggling, right? This is last I checked, 8.21 million in TVL. We launched on February 12, so this is 15 day, 2 weeks ago, right? Even with this current market conditions, right? So it's just mind-boggling, right? To like, we're super excited about what's happening. More importantly, is that we are have 253 holders, right? So it's going pretty good. And get this, right? And this is where I think some hard lessons learned here, right? It's the following. So this 253 holders and the TVL that they bring in, which is around right now, kind of close to 10% of the total TVL for our protocol. Uh, it's like we have 80, close to 18,000 wallets on here, right? And we have the 18,000 wallets accrued during 4 years, right? Not bad. But the issue here is that 253 holders represent 10% of the TVL that we have on here, right? So yeah, so that's kind of, we're kind of realizing that this is kind of gonna be the way moving forward, right? We were a little bit hesitant, to be honest, like launching on another. We kind of, last year we took the bet. Okay, let's go to well-known L1s, right? Of course, first we did mainnet, Ethereum, L2s, right? Then we did ICP, then we did Solana, and it kind of, we kind of arrived late to those parties, right? And I think moving forward, the lesson learned here is that yes, we need to launch a new L1s. And don't get me wrong, we did launch in a new L1, which is Q blockchain. That went belly up, but that's part of it, right? That's part of building, because you have to understand, 9 out of 10 tries, 9 are going to be failures, right? And so knock on wood, we're not doing that bad. We're doing quite good here. And so anyhow, so this is where we're heading, right? And I think this is again, I say my compliments to the dev team, right, to everyone from the core team members, also to the Story Foundation team for their support. More to come. Expect some really great stuff coming in from Story. We're going to be partnering with some of the Dexes, and Meme Wars is coming to Story as well. So anyhow, really excited about this. Also, we have a Sealy campaign, so if you're gonna get also some bounties there, so it's like $2,500 is up for grabs there. So really excited. Lucio, you want to comment on Story?
No, 100% agree with you. Launching on newer ones, it is something that we need to do. This what I learned from a story is that it is also good to check um, if the L1 has enough momentum behind it. I think a story has a lot of momentum behind it, and we need to pick the L1s, uh, taking that into consideration. And it's doing very well, and we are positioned as also the DAO is positioned itself as a place where you can find all the good opportunities to stake, and this is something that we are building by just being consistent for 4 years, and that's also I think a good result of the success of STP launch.
Yeah, most definitely. And this is what's great, right? Story came to us, right? So there's a lot. Like I said, there's going to be a lot more coming. Um, and yeah, really excited for this. If you want to participate, yes, we're going to be launching soon a point system on Story by staking IP. So anyhow, so yeah, like thank you very much for all the support. Again, right now people are in Denver, East Denver at the Story House. Um, and yeah, it's going to be quite exciting. We couldn't be there. We're still heads down building. We understand that there's going to be more things to come in the next governance call. We're going to share what's going to happen in April in Dubai for staking summit. We're going to be there, so that's a little bit of an alpha. We're going to be announcing something really big, which is tied to this next slide that we're going to showcase. But anyhow, like I said, thank you very much for the support. Now, like I said, like $2,500 up for grabs, a true love story, like they say, kind of like the theme for Valentine's Day. So $2,500 up in prices. Yes, Hedy Maxwell. That's the issue, right? Like I think there was a lot of FUD in the industry, and kind of like people were a little bit hesitant. I did, to be honest, I did like commit something to it because I said, well, you got a dog food what to build, right? Uh, Thankfully, that panned out quite good. But anyhow, that's the way it is. And so anyhow, you can still earn some prices there through our Sealy campaign. Share this with your network. Like I said, I believe that the referral program will be launching soon, also on for IP for stake IP, and so anyhow, so you can also earn when folks come and stake their IP with us. So that's something really good. Next, we got the professional node operators programs. So this is very important, right? It's been one of those things that we have been contributing to the near ecosystem. And I believe that this is also an opportunity to offer this to other blockchain protocols that we engage. Right now, it's exclusively on near protocol. We got an allocation of 3.5 million near in order to be distributed on these 10 validator nodes. We got Chainbase, we got Simply Staking, Valid Blocks, Caliber Ventures, Crossnet, Origin Stake, Dragon Stake, Crypto Crew, and Citadel One. Um, there's a big announcement coming. That's going to happen in April. That's the reason why we're in Dubai. And yeah, I can't say more, but it's going to be something really, really big. Now, what's going to happen, right? As I said before, the enterprise node operator program, we're discussing with Near Foundation for us to continue that program. Um, Now, that's the initial endowment of 5 million Near tokens. That's what's been right now distributing as protocol fees to the ecosystem. And we want to continue to do that during the next 12 to 18 more months. And so, like I said, really excited about this program. Now, this 3.5 million, this is something that is already being delegated. Those protocol fees have not been distributed, right? They will not be distributed at the moment. For the moment, we will work towards a different mechanism here in order for us to use that as leverage for growth. Um, for sure. Well, there you go. That panda, please, Francisco, if you can share the link to his validator node, and then folks can vote for it. So I think this is the perfect place. Anyhow, we will be having spaces with the different professional node operator programs that are participating here. We had a spaces last week. We're gonna have another one in March, and so this is people that are, and folks that are coming into the Near ecosystem to promote the ecosystem and more so partner with Meta Pool into allowing more people to understand what has been building on Near protocol. So anyhow, that's something that, yeah, there you go. But don't be afraid, man. Let's give some love to Dab Panda, man. Just put the link to the validator node as well. If the people want to go and stake directly without voting, that's fine as well. Um, Anyhow, Lucio, something you'd like to add regarding the professional node operator program?
No, that is going very well. And that's when you saw that jump on TVL, that was the Near Foundation depositing directly into the staking contract. And one note, the protocol fees itself on those 3.5 million are mostly are yes going to the distribution. That is the 10% over the staking rewards, because everything that is inside the TVL of Metapool is going into the distribution 65-35. What is I guess you were mentioning, Claudio, just to clarify, is the let's say what is the Near Foundation is sharing with Metapool in order to bring in all these um, node operator program. Sorry, no node operators. They are paying the team in order to manage all this onboarding.
Exactly.
So that is what is not going into the distribution right now.
Yes, exactly.
But the protocol fees are going.
Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, thank you for clarifying that one, right? Yes, whatever is being delegated to Metapool is being distributed, right? That's a given. That's in the smart contract. That can be upgraded through voting, but anyhow, but I don't think nobody would like to do that right now. And it's not something we're intending to do anytime soon. It is what it is, and the less that we touch the main liquid staking smart contract, the better. Because knock on wood, it's been going good for close to 4 years. Yes, so this is a program that Near Foundation has partnered with Metapool, right? Yes, the core team's getting paid to onboard all those nodes, right? And so this is something that on the enterprise node operator program, that's something that we put in fully into the DAO. This time around, we need to understand, create a war chest and more dry gunpowder for us to hit our marks of growth for the next, like I said, next 10 years, right? So we're here to build for the long run, and also to build enough mechanisms for growth as well. I think it's been a learning process, and we're gonna take it one step at a time. Okay. Anyhow, let's go to the next one. Okay, yeah. So we are now frequently asked questions. So I wanna address any questions here that you have. Um, I will take into account some of the comments on MPIP 14 just to clear the air on some stuff. But if you're on Twitter, if you're on X, sorry, if you're on X, if you're on YouTube, please drop your questions there. We still got 20 minutes or so, and so there's something we can address, and we can discuss right now. Open for it as always. Francisco, also, if you see questions on Twitter, somebody tweets or whatever, just send them over.
Abram, if you want to take the mic to continue the conversation on the MP14, all good. Also, anyone that wants to take the mic.
Yes, exactly. Okay, so I'm gonna so I'm gonna drop your questions. Okay, perfect. So let me share this one right here just to clear the air. Hold on a second. Uh, uh, uh. What's next on Nier? That's a good one. That's a good one, Panda. Okay, so it's a little bit, it's complicated. I'm not gonna say it's easy, right? Nier has shifted all the way to AI. We are pushing for we're funding researchers in from the blockchain and AI space to attend the University of Zurich. I'll post that later on. Right now, it's a very we're supporting projects at the moment, right? We're going to launch a grants program soon to support this trillion AI agents theme that Near Protocol is launching. But I think here, Dab, we're going to start to shift from what's next for Near into saying what's next for Meta Pool, right? Because I think that's the way we cannot be tied to the growth of one protocol. Even though, and don't get me wrong, like Near is our home. That's where we started. We have great relationships with Near Foundation and each and every one of the core members of the ecosystem, right? Aurora, shout out to Alex Shashenkov and his team, right? I know there was a lot of heated conversations in X, right? Yes, Near is it's a small ecosystem. We need to address that. And I believe here is where we need to start looking forward to where it's at the next phase of growth. Don't get me wrong, the bet that Near core team is making to create Near AI is great. I think that's going to be the next big step. How does it relate to DeFi or liquid staking right now for us? It's House of Stake. House of Stake is where the next where the next bounce of the ball is for Metapool and the Near ecosystem. We're fully on supporting that one, and what we're going to be doing is there's going to be mechanisms being set in place, and this is where we uh, yes, yes. Oraciones poderosas de manifestación. There you go. I did my best Portuguese speaking. Yeah. Brazilian care is great. So Tiago's one of the great ambassadors and core team members. He started as an ambassador and then core team member. So really excited about what he's bringing. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen right now. And because I think this is a very important question, and I just don't want to just push it out and go to the next one. And want to be crystal clear what the next step is for Near. Next step for Near is House of Stake, right? We're going to build the necessary mechanisms for when you claim your ST Near, you can use it to vote and accrue V Near when participating in House of Stake. This is going to be something that we're not going to force anybody, right? But it's going to be something we're going to be using. And more importantly, we want to build a mechanism where you can do it with your MP DAO tokens. So actually, with your governance token, you could go and vote. And we're going to try to see some accruing yield process there. So that's some big alpha we're sharing right now, and that's the next step for Near and Meta Pool. Extending to other chains, we're doing that right now. We're doing it with Story. we're discussing with them what's the next steps, right? Like long term, right? And like we said, like Lucio says, it's like for us, DAO building the DAO, it's a core component of what we set out to build. Because when we initially launched on Near, we kind of, well, it was liquid staking, that's it. And we have been experimenting, right? We have the bonds market, we had Meta Yield, and a few others, right? Then right now we're kind of like discussing what's the next step, right? And our next step is full on governance for House of Stake for Near, um, exploring DAO governance on Story as well, and just take it one step at a time. Lucio, you want to add to this?
I was just saying that we are also thinking about morphing the meme wars into some IP wars, because I really like what Story is trying to do, and we need to get a little. We can help a lot. Let's say, instead of pushing meme coins, pushing intellectual property, and to see how it goes.
Yeah, so this one, Camino, MP Sol and Camino. So right now, Lucio, I think there was a swap pool. We enabled the swap pool, and but Camino's for lending and borrowing, correct? I think that's something we need to explore. Uh,
Yes, there's a pool on Orca of MP Sol, and yes, 100%. We need to talk to Camino about what can we do with the MP Sol. If they can put it as collateral, that will be nice, but it's not as easy to get a token as collateral. And also, MP Sol is doing something similar to what Camino Multiply is doing, but with a few enhancements, and also you are getting a token back that you can use. So yes, I will personally explore what can we do with Camino.
yeah, yeah, we're looking into that one. Can we? Are we going to be MP down Solana? That's a good one, right? I believe right now, we talked to a few of the DAO platforms over in Solana, where while we were in Island DAO last year in Thailand. But I think it's still very early, right? I think that we need to understand what value we bring. The issue that we have is that we don't have a lot of TVL there, right? There's that, hopefully, knock on wood, with some potential partnerships we're going to be announcing sooner rather than later, that could drastically change. But at the end of the day, yes, we're kind of a little bit stuck on the Solana side. We need to do a much better job, and that's on us, of course. Um, and I think first and foremost, this is where we're kind of pushing the ball to the community, right? Is what is missing in order for folks to come and stake their souls in Meta Pool, right? I think that should be one of the important aspects that we need to address. And it's a two-way street, right? We build a product, we're doing our best to market it the best we can. Uh, but right now, yeah, like we need to review that moving forward. But anyhow, uh,
But I think Sky Empire is putting good ideas. Uh, People asking about Empisol is a good idea. Let's say let's try to move that forward. Let's try to communicate about the existence of Empisol and how it works. And where are you based? Why do you need a VPN for to use
he's
Orca?
in Venezuela.
You need a VPN to access the internet. It's not, okay, good. Sorry for that.
All good, man. Sorry to dox your location, Sky Empire. Apologies for that one. Anyhow, uh,
Do you want us to do a Bolivares episode? sorry, sorry for that. I'm also a sufferer of shitcoin currencies. I'm from Argentina, so I understand you,
yeah,
brother.
yeah, yeah. Okay. Cool. So let's not get angry people here. Okay, so quick thing here. Let me bring this up. So, and just to clear the air, right? Because this kind of hits home a little bit, right? And don't want to be don't want to be an Anderson. Sorry to dox you here a little bit, mate. But anyhow, so no, we don't want to lock your tokens, right? There's it's not a trap, right? To keep the tokens on your project of your on the in the project. No, you are it's non custodial, right? It's in your wallet. So no, we're not keeping them. They're locked. Yes, you can unbond them any at any time, right? So they're always yours. So just to clear the air on that one. Um, I think one of the big things here, again, right, and this is uh, from Chloe. I know she's very vocal, right? 3 month pump. Yes, no. Reality is, it's for us to have volume on the MP DAO pairs, right? Right now, when everybody
Yes,
go ahead.
let me add something there. Yeah. No, no, no. She is and somehow right. It is. It was an idea to create a grow in the price. That is correct. But the idea was to attract attention, not to create just a pump. And also, while you do the buyback, you also create a lot of liquidity because the tokens that we are using for buyback, they stay there in the pools. So it is like a simplification, but it's not completely wrong what Chloe said.
No. But like I said, right, at the end of the day, the yes, there's gonna be price action, right? But the idea is trading volume.
Correct. Yeah.
That's the underlying
Price
exactly.
action, trading volume, and liquidity.
Exactly.
And the final objective for that, those are just means. The final objective is to attract attention.
Exactly. Exactly. And attention brings in more folks. Because if you, for example, say, hey, well, what's like Sky Empire says, right? If you send the link, the CoinGecko link to MP DAO to any of your Solana connections, they're gonna say, hey, this token is dead, right? And it's something, some feedback that I've gotten as well, right? And so those things are things that we need to take into account, that those drive engagement, drive attention, and drive interest. And so those are two things that we need um, to understand. Yes, thank you very much for sharing that. Right. So it's 200 million votes, right? So that's like everybody came to vote, and that's great. That means that we have a healthy governance, the community there. But it's now time to we need partners in this, right? And this is the call out, right? We need to partner with the ecosystem, with you guys and gals, to grow Metapool. If it's just a core team effort, that's fine. We're getting paid to do this, but it's only gonna be up until such a point, right? And what differentiates protocols, outstanding protocols from the others, is that it's a full on team effort, right? Well, there you go. Yeah, sorry about that, Hedy Max. Uh, um, and so anyhow, and like I said, like we're putting all resources to grow the ecosystem and all resources to help everyone, right? So last but not least, I want to give a shout out to Cibeles and Pablo and the University of Zurich, because they put up a great opportunity here. Sorry, it's not open for everybody. We would love to have this again. More TBL, we can distribute more value to the ecosystem. And this is something that is at the core of what we want to do, right? We want to help our region grow. Yes, making money is great. Don't get me wrong. Making people accrue more value is great. But at the end of the day, if this is going to be, and like I said, we're doing this on a 10-year horizon. We want more researchers exploring what blockchain technology and AI can do to in the region, Southeast Asia, Latam, Africa as well, right? We know the challenges each and every one of these regions have, right? And so we put in forward there's a call for papers, right? Deep dive into blockchain. This is the summer school program from the University of Zurich, and this time is going to be in two locations: Johannesburg in South Africa and Zurich, Switzerland, right? So for those folks that are coming in from Southeast Asia, it might be easier for them to attend the deep dive into blockchain summer course program in Johannesburg. Less expensive and hopefully less restrictions on visas. And so this is something that, yes, just want to put out there. Um, Another important thing that we're doing the Build Buddies meetup. So thank you very much, Jam, and all the ecosystem partners that are enabling this to happen in Vietnam, in Thailand, also in Indonesia, right? So we got a lot of folks there. Mateo as well. He's leading the sub DAO for APAC. So thank you very much, Mateo. Nice to see you here, man. Just write the shout outs to the teams that are putting in the Build Buddies. Francisco, if you can put the link as well to the Build Buddies, really, really, really appreciate it. I'll share this tab right now. So this is the QR codes for the meetups, the QR code for the scholarships, right? So very important. Go participate. If you want to hold a Build Buddies meetup in yes, it's going to be in Cape Town. Sorry, not Johannesburg. Sorry about that. Thank you, Mateo. And so again, like this is why we're building, right? And sometimes we have feelings as well. Don't get me wrong, right? When somebody says, hey, like this guys they want to do this shady stuff, I'm like, we've been building here for 40 years. I think we put in all of the effort since day one, and we let value accrual happen at the core center, which is users, through different means. Don't get me wrong, right? We have no we kind of why we're doing the scholarships is because we can, and we believe in our regions. We believe in frontier markets, right? Which is where massive crypto adoption is going to happen: Southeast Asia, Africa, Latin America, right? This is where most of us are right now. And so anyhow, really excited about this. Hey, Mateo, thank you very much. Manila is happening. And yeah, let's take it one step at a time. We're wrapping up in 2 minutes. Lucio, any last comments? Anything else? Francisco, let me know if I'm missing anything.
No, just repeat. Let's keep let's keep experimenting. We need your feedback, we need your support, and we need to grow. So get it into your minds. You are part of a DAO, and that comes with ownership and comes with responsibility. The responsibility is to help grow the DAO because we can't stay on the same place.
Exactly. And that's also in our core values, right? And you can just go to my X account, right? Change will always be constant in this DAO. If you expect for things to stay the same forever, then you're in the wrong place. We're not going to stagnate. At least Lucio and myself, we're not going to let it stagnate. And so anyhow, so thank you very much for your time. Again, yes, we can improve it. Sky Empire, we'll take it one step at a time. New proposal is coming for sure. And yeah, let's just vote. Let your voices be heard. Spread the word of what we're doing. This is the most important aspect, right? Get more people to stake. And so, yeah, like I said, like Lucio and I said, like we're really excited. We have a healthy governance, and it's not about us versus them. It's about us. It's all of us working together towards creating a more prosperous ecosystem for all of us. And with that, no, thank you guys, David. Thank you, everybody came in here. Go right ahead, Lucio.
No, thanks to everybody that participated in MP14. I think it was enriching for everybody. So thank you very much.
Okay, folks. Hasta luego. See you tomorrow. See you on chain.
See
Yeah.
ya.
Bye bye. Cheers.
Keep building.
Uh,
Grow the stake. Remember, grow the stake.
Let's
TBL.
fucking grow.
TBL.
Let's fucking
Bye
grow.
bye.
Have a good one, folks. Stay safe. Cheers. Happy Carnival as well to you.